Hey YouTube, RicoKnows here. I'm going to continue the series where I tell you guys what I think of every single draft pick in the NFL draft. If you haven't seen the previous teams, I'm going alphabetical by city. All you have to do, go to the playlist on YouTube and you'll see all the other teams that are done. We're currently on the Green Bay Packers. They had a ton of draft picks, so let me get into it. We'll start talking about it. First thing I want to say is if you've watched the channel, you know that we have this inside joke where the Green Bay Packers watch the channel. Like, their scouting department watches what I say and do, because last year for 2023 they drafted every single player that I made a video on. They drafted every single player that I said was a hidden gem, any guy I liked pound for pound, one of the best players, all this stuff. The Green Bay Packers went all out and drafted every single player I talked about. So this year we expected them to do the same thing, and it didn't happen. And that's because I blocked them. I'm pretty sure I blocked whatever insider had access to all my videos at Green Bay. I'm pretty sure I blocked them, and now they don't see all my videos, and they don't have a clue who to draft. So they went into this draft blind. They picked some big names, they picked some players, but they didn't know what they were doing. Shout out to the Green Bay Packers. Let's go. First pick, 25th overall. They take Jordan Morgan. If you wanted a tackle, tackles go early in the draft. Tyler Guyton was still on the board, a much bigger tackle, but I don't think they wanted a tackle. I think they wanted Jordan Morgan. I think they wanted a versatile, really experienced player, and he could move inside and play at guard, right? Because they're going to move someone else to center on the team. Here's the deal with that. I think it's a reach. I really do. It's not the end of the world, but it is a reach. You could have either traded back if you wanted Jordan Morgan and got some value, maybe some draft capital of some sort, but it just didn't feel right when Jordan Morgan went off the board. This is my number 8 offensive lineman, ranked offensive lineman going into the draft. If I remember my board correctly, I'll double check that. I don't want to be misquoted and be wrong. Yeah, there he is, Jordan Morgan. He was number 8. Shout out to all the casuals who don't know who the players are. But nonetheless, he was my number 8 guy, and I didn't think he should have gone at 25. But the Packers, once again, are blocked, so they had to go what they do. Then there's Edgerrin Cooper, a linebacker. Look, man, the Packers got a problem in their locker room. They got a problem on their team. They drafted a guy in the first round, and his name's Quay Walker. And if you've ever seen Quay Walker, he's out there picking fights with staff members. He's pushed referees. He's pushed trainers. He's just a terrible person. I don't know the guy personally, but what I've seen on the field is not somebody I want to invest millions of dollars in, and neither do the Packers. And that's why they're looking for linebackers, okay? Quay Walker is not their future, and they're going to find their future linebacker in this draft. So they knew they were going to draft a linebacker. So what they did was they evaluated all the linebackers, put up a chart, and I'm pretty sure Edgerrin Cooper was their number 1 linebacker on the board. Pretty sure of it. But they had a whole board of all the linebackers. That's important, because they did the same thing last year when they knew they were taking a tight end. Remember? They filled the whole board with tight ends. They took Musgrave early. What happened in the 4th round? Anybody remember? They took Tucker Kraft. They took another tight end. They took 2 tight ends because they did so much work scouting all the tight ends. They're like, yo, we got to take 2 of these guys. Because when it came time to draft in the 4th round, they're like, who's the best player on the board? We know the best player in this entire draft is that Tucker Kraft guy. And it paid dividends. Well, this time around, they evaluated linebackers so deep, and they felt so good about certain linebackers. You see it right there. I'm skipping down to the 3rd round, 91st pick. They took Tyron Hopper. Why? Because they looked at so many linebackers, and they said, that's the best player on the board. Let's take him right now. We know he can play. We know he's better than some of the guys on our roster. We evaluated all the linebackers. So it makes sense. They double dipped on linebackers, and that's just impressive, man. I love that. I love that move there. I'm impressed with it. But let's go back to the 2nd round. Their 2nd pick in the 2nd round, Javon Bullard, arguably the best safety in the draft. I like Cam Kitchens. I know he's slow. Fine. There's other safeties people liked. I have a whole chart here. Javon Bullard, I think, was number 3 on my list. Shout out to Javon Bullard. Only issue I have with Javon Bullard is a DUI. I don't like that type of decision-making off the field. I think it's a character concern. I wouldn't invest in a man like that. But more power to you. If you're looking for football players and you're okay with DUIs, that's you, that's me. We're different people, right? Marshawn Lloyd, running back, USC. They need a running back. Just lost one to free agency. Replaced it with Josh Jacobs, right? Lost Aaron Jones. Okay, fine. Let's go find another running back. Marshawn Lloyd fighting with A.J. Dillon for the backup spot. Makes sense. A.J. Dillon's contract's about to expire. You don't re-sign him running backs. You just go find another one. Find another one with huge legs. And Marshawn Lloyd is that guy. He runs hard. He's explosive. Did his thing for a long time. I'm only concerned about the way he carries the ball. He has a fundamental flaw by the way he carries the ball. I think he fumbles. Just remember that. You heard it here first. I think Marshawn Lloyd fumbles with the way he carries the ball. It's just weird. You see it right there. It's kind of like upright or whatever. I'm just telling you guys, I've been watching a lot of football. I watch a lot of film. I know when I see a problem. Let me go down and skip to Evan Williams here. Evan Williams, love the pick in the 4th round. When Evan Williams got on my radar, he started playing out of his mind at Fresno State. Okay? Loved everything about it. And then I saw he jumped in the transfer portal last year, transfers up to Oregon. Some people are worried. Can he play in the Pac-12? Can he play at that echelon? You're damn right he can. He led Oregon in tackles. That is a man with a lot of experience. And there's a theme around here. And that is Green Bay went after extremely seasoned college football players. They didn't go and get anybody that has potential and only started 12 games. They didn't go get any athletic freaks that might grow into something someday but never had a shot. No. They went and got 57-game starter Jacob Monk. That's a starting center, guard, you name it. He's an interior offensive lineman at Duke. Jacob Monk has been starting forever. He started games at tackle before. Okay? That guy's been around forever. Katan Oladapo, I want to tell you guys, excuse me, my nose started itching out of nowhere. This is a 6'2", 215-pound safety out of Oregon State. And anytime I watch the tape, this man's in the box. Anytime I watch the tape, I see number 28 in the box, ready to help on the run. I guess he's big enough to cover tight ends, but that dude is a box safety, could go out there and smack you. He's tough, man. He's tough. He's not getting punked by anybody. I like it. Travis Glover, another gigantic man, 6'6", 340, out of Georgia State, started a ton of games, 40-something games, something crazy. Been around forever. I don't know if he makes the roster, but you got him late. You got a starter. You got a very experienced person. These are guys who know how to prepare for games, know how to go through the process. I like mature professionals, high character guys. Quay Walker, your days are numbered, bro. You look at all these guys they sign, it's like high character, one Javon Bullard. But everybody else, super high character. Quay Walker, we don't want you in the locker room. Michael Pratt, 4-year starter at Tulane, killer, bro. Great. Gonna be a while. We'll see what happens. But it looks like a quality pick if you needed a quarterback. You need to get one in camp. Probably the best player on their board in the 7th round. I don't think it's a problem at all. And then Kalen King, I don't like the pick all that much. He's he played at Penn State, but he's 5'11". He's 190. There was other corners that I like. Beanie Bishop had an insane amount of balls batted down, and he's small just like that. And he played at West Virginia this last year. I'm trying to think of another one. Jarris Monroe, Tulane. Yeah, teammates with Michael Pratt. Would have made sense. 6'2", 200-something pounds. I don't know if there's injury concerns there or what. But Jarris Monroe on tape, to me, is one of the best corners I've seen. I'm being serious. So all in all, I think they had a plan going in. I think they evaluated certain position groups more than others, and that's why they're double dipping in those position groups, right? It makes sense. But, yeah, I think you found answers, and you can get rid of Quay Walker. Please do. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep watching the series. I appreciate everybody. Go.